Hey, you're watching AFox, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about why video games fail. As you can see, I'm playing a bit of Destiny here, and I am trying to duo doing Vault of Glass. I did it on normal here. I was trying it solo on hard beforehand, but I was struggling a little bit, so I gave up on that one. But anyway, today's video about why video games fail. I'm just going to get into it, giving you a few different reasons why games fail as of today. So one of the main reasons is due to the fact that people often want more from a game than what you ever get. Say for example a game costs you £40, nowadays people want £200 worth of game content. And you know, sometimes that just isn't doable. For a company to create such a vast amount of content for you to have, it would cost them a lot more money. So producing stuff that has a lot of content and that is really interesting and producing it for a really cheap price is of course more or less impossible. Like, consumers will expect a certain amount of content in the game, and if it's not delivered, then usually a negative opinion goes around. And especially with how easy it is for social media to be delivered to everyone. If someone puts something bad on, say, YouTube or on Facebook and a lot of people see it, then that's quite a big publicity of negative thoughts that are going to be spread around. So it's quite easy to see why a game can flop for the fact of it's not got what is needed in the game at release. And this ties in with the fact that AAA games don't really sell as well as they used to. A few years back, a AAA game, you know, you'd put it out there and you'd feel like you will get somewhere with it, you will earn enough money. But now, because of expectations being so much higher, it means that producers need to develop games that are like a 4-star of A. I don't know what you'd call that. Quad A? I don't know. I know there's some word for it, but I'm not very good with numbers. But you know what I mean. If to get a game that is that many stars worth of goodness, it is quite a lot. And sometimes it could be a little bit too much for developers. Sometimes they'll be trying to do too much, and if you're trying to make too much stuff such as like side quests and main campaign, online gameplay, add-ons and all of that stuff, then it makes it a lot more time consuming and a lot more expensive to produce. And sometimes if people are going to say that these things are going to be included and they're not put in the game, then again people are going to be annoyed and you'll get a negative opinion put around because you haven't produced what you said you was going to do. And of course this links in with the fact that it's mainly based on commercial rather than creative appeal. Like, you know, when a game comes out, you look at the trailer, that's what you see first. You hear about it through what the developers put out about the game. And usually that's quite early in stages of development as opposed to what's going to be the final outcome. And by then they may have disregarded some elements that they had at the beginning of the game purely because of multiple reasons that could be to do with financial problems or to do with the fact that it didn't make the game work right or anything like that. And if you show that in the trailer and then later on you don't have it, it brings a negative appeal. And you know, it's one of those things that's hard to do because it's hard to judge what is going to be in a game and what's going to be taken out. And sometimes if you take out the wrong things, that is what makes a game flop. Another problem is that a lot of big publishers take fewer risks now. It's because with a game such as, you know, Call of Duty or Battlefield or FIFA, you know it's going to sell, you know it's going to make money, you know that in the end of the day people might complain about it but they're still going to buy it, and so it's easy money. So being a smaller company trying to get your game out there can be difficult. And it's also the fact that because companies like to take less risks, say your idea includes something that's new to the audience, the company might not really want to put that out there because sometimes the audience just isn't ready for a new idea, a new thought, a new trail. And that's quite annoying because people will stick to what they know. If there's a game out there that's not what they're used to, people will sometimes scare away and decide to not look into it. And the same goes for publishers. They hear something new, they'll be like, no, it's not going to make us money, it's a risk, and we just want easy money right now. So that's another reason a lot of games can fail, and they're not necessarily failed games, they're just games that never really got given the opportunity to even make it out there. But anyway, moving back to the point of commercial and like the fact of advertising to your audience, that is a major problem. You know, it's really about the direction that you take in your advertising. Say you make a game that is, I don't know, a comedy, really funny and not too serious. The graphics aren't really very believable, like in The Last of Us. They've not got really a very believable look about them. And then your trailer is very serious. That's going to give the wrong impression to your audience. Take Dead Island as a great example of that. The original Dead Island trailer was really sad and seemed really promising, and then the game just turned out to be really not so serious, and it's stuff like that that can make a game fail. Admittedly, Dead Island wasn't the worst game out there, but it can be a bit of a difficult one when it comes to publishing and promoting and all that lovely jazz. Basically, the publisher's intentions don't always match up with the developers. So anyway, if you want to hear more ideas about reasons that games fail, just let me know in the comment section. I'll be back with a new video sometime soon, but until then, bye!